Hey,
Yeah.
everybody.
How y'all doing? Ooh,
Hey,
almost forgot to put this back on me.
oh my God, I got to get that microphone on. So,
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
All right, perfect. Microphones are kind of important when we're doing this kind of stuff.
And as we're learning, as we do the podcast, that microphones don't last forever. We're learning that one the hard way, aren't we?
Right. We're constantly having to do something to.
Always having to adjust our microphones. But
We
anyway,
only
hey,
get
we're
two
back to a
microphones
favorite.
today
Oh,
because
um,
Tim couldn't hear me.
I couldn't hear you. So we're back to a favorite. If you remember, all the way back to our very first episode, we had two of the ingredients that we'll have today. I'll have two of the ingredients we had on our first episode, but one of them is my favorite, so I kind of love it. So, what do you think that
Well,
is? What do you think it is?
vodka.
Well, vodka's always a favorite. I mean, come on, who doesn't like vodka?
Yeah.
But no, we're having. I've got some of my shrimp cocktail. Because we
Oh,
said
yeah.
seafood, I'm like vodka. We had first episode.
Yes.
We tasted vodka and we had shrimp cocktail.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, what I did, I went hot and cold.
Okay.
So what I did is that I did shrimp carbonara
Oh.
with thin spaghetti.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then I also did a cold seafood salad
Oh.
it's still needing purple onion. I didn't have any, so I didn't do that. And I ran out of sweet onion. One thing that it called for that I didn't do was celery, which I almost did, but I opted to not do it. So I thought the celery would just kind of overpower. Sometimes celery can have that little bit of much, so I decided not to. But I had been wanting to try the shrimp carbonara because I had bacon,
Yeah.
and I had pasta, and I had eggs, and so it's like, well, I had all the ingredients. I'm like, well, why not make it? And then
Yeah.
with the shrimp cocktail, it was just one of those things that I wanted to do, not a shrimp cocktail, a shrimp salad.
Shrimp salad. Yeah.
That's something I normally would not do. Shrimp cocktail, love to make. That is an easy peasy on it. And then what I did is that I brought out two of my local vodkas. Of course, as you know, Crater
I knew
Lake.
you were going to show that one. Yeah.
But I also, I was leaving the office because, of course, with seafood, I didn't want to heat it up in the office. There was nobody left in the office, but I didn't want the smell of shrimp to linger. So I decided to come home. And I had to walk back because I said I can't not take the gompers. And
Oh gosh, yes, yeah.
yeah, so this is a newer one to me. I was at a networking event, and the distiller from Gompers was there. I had to give a shout out, say, "Hey, you were on my podcast," and I'll let him know again. But I do have my two little tasters, so I am going to taste.
We're gonna taste the vodka by itself too. Did you want to do that?
Yes.
I thought about doing that too because I know we said that now.
Yeah.
My other food that I added was something we found in the grocery store a couple of weeks ago, which is these ground salmon patties.
Oh,
That
yes.
I love to I threw a little olive oil in a pan and
Yeah.
I fry them up. And you know what I mean? You got the crispness, the brown.
Yeah.
I don't even like to add salad. I do have some like cocktail sauce to add to it, but I like eating it
Just like that.
just like that with a bun or just like that by itself. And it is
What
so
I would
fabulous.
do, tartar sauce. I love tartar sauce on a cake.
Yeah.
So
We looked at crab cakes. When we were in the store yesterday, I looked at crab cakes and I thought about it, but I looked at the crab cakes and I went, no, I'm going to do my salmon patty. And then I'm going to also use the shrimp cocktail, which I bought a pack of shrimp cocktail. I almost thought about getting, but they had too big of things of crab legs.
okay.
Just the packet was too much. And I know that I'm not going to eat it all. My daughter, first of all, my daughter can't have seafood. So like everything I had to do tonight, I had to prep and I had to wash everything for the most part, pre-wash it. So my daughter doesn't have to taste it or it's not in her food at all tonight. So that's why I don't let Jesper taste it because we're not sure if he's going to have those allergies or not. But anyway, we're going to do a tasting of the vodka alone, but I've got some of this Western Sun. I don't think I've done it by itself yet. So, well, you're taking pictures. I'm pouring Western.
Yes,
Sun.
perfect. I love that because then I can get a picture of you pouring while I'm.
So, and this is one that I'll put it up while you're doing pictures. This is a local distillery that we have yet to go visit, but literally It is miles from my house.
Perfect.
I want to say it's less than 10 miles from my house.
Wow. Okay.
I've yet to go visit the distillery. It is showing up in all the bars around here. Like the bar I had lunch in today, of course, they have it there. But and literally while I'm at the bar, I'm talking vodkas with the lady at the bar today because I was telling her about the show tonight.
Yeah.
And she says, "Well, what's your favorite?" She loves vodka too. She goes, "What's your favorite vodka?" And I said, "You can't get it in Texas."
Of course.
I said the Crater Lake vodka. I said it's just so good because we tasted it. I compared it to Dripping Springs, and she goes, "Oh, I love Dripping Springs, which is the Texas favorite."
Mhm.
Everybody I talk to down here, though, when they talk about doing vodka tastings, none of them say Tito's.
No. Wow. That I always, because I hadn't done that a side by side tasting. Both of these are very clean. I really like both of them. The one thing that I could say that when I was pouring it with Crater Lake, it was a little bit thicker. It seemed like than this one. It's like if you want to say more watery, and this one was more syrupy. That's one thing that I did notice. My Crater Lake has been in the freezer. I usually keep it here. The Gompers, I did bring it from the office, so I had to throw that in the freezer, but it hasn't been in there as long. So maybe that can, have a factor in the taste of it. But both of them smell.
By the way, I always love my vodka in the freezer, and goes back to an old memory of mine. I want to say it was about the time I had my car wash business here in Dallas.
Okay.
And my mom and dad came down to Dallas for something, lived in the Poconos at the time, and mom was flying down, but dad drove her stuff down for a show she was doing.
Okay.
And dad come down, and he actually stayed at my house with me. And he comes down early. He gets to my house, and pretty much I had the neighbor let him in so he can get in. And we get home, and he's monkeying around with my computer doing something. And I said, "Okay, Dad." I said, "We're gonna go to dinner." He said, "Yeah." He said, on the way back, he says, "We got to get more vodka." I'm like, "Dad, there's a full bottle, like this size bottle in my freezer." I said, "Dad, there's a full bottle in the freezer." And he goes, "There was a full bottle in the freezer." And you wonder where I get it from and why. My dad would do the same thing. He would drink the whole bottle.
The funny thing is, my neighbor had his daughter over. I know his family, they're just good people. And so whenever they're visiting, I always get invited over to eat. Well, I get invited over to eat anyway, but daughter was visiting. And so I took over a few things. And one of them was a bottle of whiskey. I forgot what it was. And Westward, I think it was my Westward. And so I took it over, and I couldn't be there for very long. I was just hanging out for just a few minutes because I have something else to do. And so I come back, and then I get a message that says, "I owe you a bottle." And I was like, "Whatever." And so then the next day it's like, "You have expensive taste." And it was like, okay. And it's like, here you go. And I got it back. So it was hilarious, but I was laughing. But there's a whole lot that you can do with when it comes to vodka. And I did look up, I was having fun with this one. I was like, research this, look at that. I was like looking at so many different things. But it was seafood and cocktails. And so one of them, there was quite a few from the Hotel Seymour, their supper club. They had quite a few different things, even though it was vodka and seafood. They had a margarita with shrimp tacos and ceviche, gin and tonic with oysters. So oysters, we did talk about, I think, briefly last time about oysters. A martini with lobster. And it's a dry martini. Whether you do gin or vodka, it was a martini with lobster because upscale is what I'm thinking. Plus, if you're doing like a lemon, not a lemon drop, but a lemon twist in that martini, it's just going to add to the lobster. And if you do a garnish like olive, it's just going to add that buttery flavor to the martini. So it's clean, it's straightforward. It enhances that sweetness of the lobster without overpowering it, because that's the thing. You don't want your cocktail to overpower your food. And then if you're having a grilled fish, you can have an Aperol spritz, or with fish tacos, also a paloma, which is grapefruit. So grapefruit, citrusy goes very well with fish tacos. I wouldn't do that because I don't like grapefruit, but it's that tartness of the grapefruit and the sweetness of the fish that just go very well together. Then a Negroni. I love Negroni. And again, that's your gin in your Campari and your sweet vermouth. Grilled octopus. I haven't had grilled octopus in a long time.
I've never had grilled octopus. I've only had sushi octopus. Yeah.
Okay. Yum. Then if you want something sparkling with some shellfish or crustaceans, so a mojito with your crab cake. So if you're having a mojito, that lightness of the rum and the mint is going to go great with your crab cake. And one of my favorites, a French 75 with a shrimp cocktail. Love it because you have the bubbly in there. It has lemon juice, simple syrup, and your gin. And again, even though I'm not a big gin drinker, I love a French 75 because you get that freshness on the palate and then the brightness of every bite. You know, it always tastes good. And then if you want a scallop, because a scallop is very delicate, a Bellini goes very well. So that's your peach puree. Yes, right? So you have that sweetness and just it complements very well. But if you want something bold, like a Bloody Mary, and a Bloody Mary goes very well. I did do, it was a lobster claw with a Bloody Mary it was called the Best Tail in Portland. It was the Hawthorne seafood place. It's no longer there, but it was absolutely delicious. Good Bloody Mary with a lobster claw, but a Bloody Mary with fried calamari. Because fried calamari, you got all those oils, if you will, and it's that you have the fried breading on it. The Bloody Mary just tones it down, plus the horseradish in there, the hot sauce, everything just simmers down that fried calamari, and just everything goes well together. Then you have a Dark and Stormy, which is your rum with ginger beer with fish and chips. Now that, in my opinion, goes very well because you got that richness of the rum, plus that, all the fat of your fish and chips. But I think a Bloody Mary would go very well with that too, because you got the fried food with the tomato just goes well. But if you're having grilled prawns, then a Mai Tai, just a little bit daintier, very tropical. And so there's so many things that you can do where you can pair various types of vodka cocktails when you're having something light and refreshing. So you can just bring it down like a vodka martini, a Moscow Mule, Bloody Mary, a lemon drop martini, cucumber cooler. Oh my goodness, cucumber, lime juice, simple syrup, and vodka. Delicious. Sea Breeze, which is vodka, cranberry juice, grapefruit juice, which of course I don't do grapefruit, but a Sea Breeze is very tropical and bright. A Black Russian, vodka, coffee liqueur, very rich and bold. But then if you want a salad, well, then maybe a citrus vodka Collins or a raspberry lemonade with vodka, a grapefruit vodka spritz, a strawberry basil smash. You mash up the basil, you mash up the strawberry. So now you have the fruit, you got that herb, you got fresh strawberries, basil leaves, lemon juice, simple syrup, vodka. That is absolutely delicious. And you can always top it off with a little bit of soda water. Blueberry vodka lemonade. I do have blueberries, but I don't have lemonades, although I do have lemons, so I could make my lemonade. Fresh blueberries, lemon juice, simple syrup, and vodka. Delicious. So there's a lot of different things that you can do. Vodka gimlet, if you want to do something with your sit-down meal with pasta. So this would have been a perfect one. Vodka, lime juice, simple syrup. That's it. That's all that's in a gimlet. Or a Greyhound, again, grapefruit juice in there. So you have so much that you can do with the vodka. It is very versatile. So you can have it with appetizer, you can have it main meal, you can have it by itself, or you can have it as a after dinner drink. So what do you prefer? There's a lot of different things you can do. One of the things that I do is I'll just do like my lemon wheel because it looks so pretty. And then the ice is right here. I'll add my vodka. I'm going to go with Gompers on this one. And then you can do a shot, a shot and a half, whatever you prefer. Oh yes, that's funny that you
Yeah,
say that.
by the way, guess what I got? And I just tried it. Oh my God, that's pretty good combination. That's how much you got left?
No, it's
Um,
it's it's uh it's new. It's new. But yes,
okay.
the black
So
cherry.
I got a black raspberry.
Oh,
It was,
nice.
yeah. But
So for this one, it's the limoncello that I'm gonna.
oh, the other one I was gonna try tonight, because I've had it with whiskey, I've had it with other stuff, and we had like gin last week, but I had a little bottle
Ginger
of
ale.
ginger ale. Ginger ale. I'm gonna try ginger ale. I've never tried ginger ale and vodka. And
Yeah.
I don't have any lemons or limes in here. I probably should tonight. But I was sticking to the things that you can add one thing at a time to add to the vodka to see what it
Yeah.
goes. And I want to try it. So what's the worst that can happen? I don't like it and it sits to the side.
Right. If you don't like it, just move on to something else. I'm going to pair this with the shrimp. Excuse me, me and my shrimp. I'm going to be doing this one with the seafood. So this is Gompers. Oh, I should
Okay.
probably put the LaCroix in here so that way it's known. That's what we're using. I'm going to try to get oh, there we go. Perfect.
You ever see Casey Everhart speak on stage? Somebody puts a camera up and Casey goes,
Yeah, I should do that.
every time.
That's cute.
I know on the show you do more photographs on the show than anything, but it's your assistant that helps us more than anybody. Anyway, here we go with some ginger ale. I've already got a shot in there, and I have the shaker, but I'm going to stir tonight just for
This gets stirred.
yeah.
Okay.
Now I use Q ginger ale, so it's going to be not your Canada Dry where it's sugary. Your Q ginger ale is a little more of the savory than it is the sweet. It's a pretty refreshing drink.
Mm.
Let me try it with some shrimp cocktail.
Yeah, so now it goes very well with the seafood. Now I'm going to see how it tastes with my shrimp carbonara. The shrimp carbonara it's fairly easy to make. It really is not hard. You just need to be ready to keep stirring because there is egg in here. And if you don't keep stirring, you'll get a scrambled eggs.
Yeah.
Mm. Oh, it tastes even better with this. Shrimp
So the
carbonara. Yeah. And yeah, so the shrimp carbonara, it's shrimp, of course. I use thin spaghetti, eggs, the eggs and egg yolk, grated Parmesan, and grated pecorino, extra virgin olive oil, pancetta or bacon. I did use thick cut bacon, garlic cloves, pepper, of course, and that tastes super yummy. So when you mix your eggs, because you have a couple of eggs, I just did one egg yolk instead of another two because I was making a smaller batch. Once you've beat it, then you add the cheese to it and you mix it. Once you've cooked your bacon and with the garlic, you then add the pasta, and then you have to, once that's done, then you remove it or you turn off the heat for a minute or two. Then you add the egg with the cheese, but you have to keep mixing it, and you have to keep mixing and mixing so that it mixes the bacon or the pancetta with the pasta. But if the pan is too hot, it will scramble your eggs, and that's not what you want. You want something creamy. And this absolutely came out very creamy. I really like this. And then you top it off with more cheese.
Yes. So the ginger ale and the vodka, very refreshing, but it goes well with the shrimp cocktail because the shrimp is kind of a cold, refreshing type appetizer. The patty with salmon, not so much. Doesn't, and it's not bad. It just doesn't seem to excite me. if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Whereas when I had it with the sparkling ice, this went very well with the salmon.
Okay. I do have cranberry apple. I have cran pineapple. And of course, from last week, I still have the Fanta. So what I could do is what I did last time. Oh, got to watch is I could make a dirty soda with vodka instead of gin. So dirty soda, some Fanta, and so I can have fun with it. If it goes well with gin, it's going to go well with vodka. So I could do that. But usually something that you're going to find at a bar, you're going to find vodka cranberry. You can have orange juice with vodka also. I think the cran pineapple would go very well with what I'm eating. So I'm going to try that next.
And then, I mean, I had, there's two others I had juice wise, but I actually have some of my liquid death, just seltzer soda. I might try.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's the other thing you can do. You can just do soda water. So there's a lot of times that, I'll ask when I go to Moose Lodge, is I'll ask for lemon or lime, whatever they have cut up. It's fine, or both. Lemon, lime, vodka, soda water. That's it. And it is so refreshing.
Well, this one here is just, it's a seltzer water, but it has a little cherry tint to it.
Okay.
I'm going to throw a shot of vodka into it and try it.
Cran pineapple.
So
I think that will go very well.
Actually, that's a pretty refreshing drink with the liquid death cherry obituary.
Okay.
And just a shot of vodka. And I probably have it 50-50. So it's probably 50, like a shot of the cherry drink and a shot of the vodka together. So it's about 50-50. I don't have it 2-to-1 like you normally would do. There's two others that I had here that I was going to try, but I've had them both before. So I was like, these were things I hadn't tried so far. Was the ginger ale, the sparkling ice. All right. And then that. But the two we know I've had tons of times is pineapple juice.
Right.
I always have cans of Dole pineapple juice. And I always have cans of Zing Zang Bloody Mary mix. So, and I know I could take a can of Bloody Mary mix and have it anytime with vodka. I'll even have it anytime with moonshine. So,
right. You can also have it with tequila.
Yes, I've done it with tequila as well.
Okay, so the cranberry vodka goes better with my carbonara, as does my limoncello. It just is going better with my my cranberry vodka goes better with my seafood salad, and my LaCroix vodka goes better with my carbonara. I think because of that cranberry, the pineapple being in it, it goes a little bit better with that seafood, a little bit more delicate. Plus, I did take a little bit more bites of the shrimp versus the crab. And this is imitation crab because you can find it year round. It's easier.
This is still my favorite. And I can't believe you told me for 2 weeks about this stuff, and I finally grabbed one at the store on yesterday.
I'm glad.
And you know why? Because it says 0 sugar, and it's usually those things there are kind of like it's. I'm trying to think though. So I have the cherry obituary where this has a sweetener into it, but it's not sugar.
Okay.
All right. The other seltzer drinks that I have here are the LMNT, which is the salty hydration type drinks. Right. And I have one of them here in cherry that's as well that is a seltzer. So anyway.
I like my shrimp carbonara.
I like my shrimp cocktail, truthfully.
And just that lemon wheel just makes the cocktail look so pretty. It just elevates it.
Well, my shrimp cocktail, I should have taken a piece of lemon and squirted across it, but I didn't.
Yeah, and you can do that. You can just have your vodka with a squeeze of lemon or a twist of lime.
Or just a lime. I've done that too. Like we did that with gin last week, right? Just a lime juice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever done it with moonshine so far. Like next week with rum, I've never done anything with that, like with rum. Like when we do rum, actually 2 weeks, is most of the time I do with rum, it's mostly the sweetening drinks.
A little bit more tropical. Mm-hmm. So guava, pineapple, mango, purees like a peach puree. So all of those have a certain level of sugar in it, even if you're using natural ingredients. So very Caribbean is the way I see that.
Yeah.
So in a seafood salad, you can use the imitation crab or real crab. I say imitation crab just has this little sweetness to it. You can use the baby shrimp. I use the regular size shrimp, this size, the 50 count.
Yeah.
And
it's the same thing I have, same size I have in mine. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And because of the cocktail sauce, it's tomato based. Tomato based goes very well with vodka.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I think that one went very well for you.
Mm-hmm. But I still go back to our very first episode where we were tasting just vodka by itself.
Right.
We didn't have anything with it. And the shrimp cocktail went very, very well with it. I remember that. And I remember we had I got good shrimp. I think we had all kinds of things. We paired all kinds of things with that night. That was when we were first starting out. And we realized pretty quickly that if we did it that way, we were going to run our budget out real quick. Right. The amount of money we spent on food and drinks every week, we were going to go broke fast. So we regulated it out. Now, these salmon burgers, salmon patties, I love them. They are a great lunch to me. I will eat them by themselves without a bun. All right. It's like, and I've eaten probably 2/3 of it on the bun. And I'm going to take the last third off of the bun and eat it by itself without the bun and try pairing it.
I have a friend of mine that what she does when she orders a burger or anything that has a bun, she always pulls off the top of the bun and only eats the bottom bun, doesn't eat the top bun or the top half of the bun. I do that sometimes. But y'all, if you go like to a Red Robin or another burger joint, not the fast food, not your Whataburger, actually, In-N-Out will do protein style.
Yeah.
They will wrap it in lettuce for you.
Lettuce, yep.
Just ask them. A lot of places.
No, I've done that at Five Guys as well as Smashburger, where I had them just wrap it in the lettuce. And I didn't just pick it up like I did a sandwich in the lettuce. I sliced it and ate it. All right. And and truthfully, some days I like doing it that way because depending on what bread the restaurant's using. All right. It really, because most of the time I would eat a burger for lunch. And that afternoon, after having a burger, if it's on a heavy bread,
it's too much.
I start zonking
turn it
out.
into a salad, y'all.
Yeah.
With some good lettuce. Put all your ingredients, even if it's your burger bun, chop up your burger bun, throw it on there, throw your onions, throw your cheese, your Thousand Island, if that's what you normally would have on it. I would suggest Thousand Island over mayo. I wouldn't put mayo on a salad. That's just me. But Thousand Island, that's usually what a lot of restaurants use for burgers. Yeah. Okay.
Robert discovered I'm only a hour and a half drive from an In-N-Out burger place.
An hour
I
and a half.
have to cross the border, but I'm tempted. Well, Robert, we're going to say this to you, and please don't take offense. Life is better in the United States than it is Canada, brother.
And if you are going to go, let us know, because then that'll give us an hour and a half. At least it'll give me An hour, because the closest In-N-Out is half an hour away from me.
Mm-hmm.
I will make my way down to In-N-Out, and I will have a burger with you. So just tag us on Facebook.
Tag
let
us on Facebook or Instagram. Yes. I think I'm about a half hour from the closest In-N-Out myself. I do love an In-N-Out burger, but I will tell you, there are some days that I like to go to different places for burgers. The Monday networking group that I used to be part of meets at a place here called Rodeo Goat. And they have like different burgers, and you can mix like you can mix different patties with stuff, right?
Okay.
They have a beef patty, a turkey patty. They have one of the Beyond patties, the type things. I'm not into them. I will never do them. I won't even taste them on the show. I just
you know
saying.
what? With the amount of calories and everything that's in a Beyond burger, I'd rather have a regular burger. I don't know. I'm all about give me a Wagyu, give me a choice beef. In my opinion, it tastes better.
Yeah.
But that's me. That's
to me, it's too processed of a meal. I don't like
all the
that.
Calories. Oh my goodness. Yeah. You're not saving calories. And so that's my thing. It's like if I'm trying to save calories, I'm not going that direction. I'm just not. I'll get rid of the bun before I get rid of my beef.
No, I get it. And there's people who have different standards. All right.
Right.
If your standard is I don't want to eat meat, I get it. Right. You're looking at other things, and processed foods are not your problem. I am stuck on this whole food type things. I don't want to. I want to eat as least amount of processed foods as possible. So that's my diet. Everyone has their own reason for their own diet. Mm-hmm. However, so this Rodeo Goat has this burger that is actually a veggie burger, and it's called the Neil Young. I get the Neil Young without the veggie patty, and I put the beef patty on it. It's got sprouts onto it, like like those little, not Brussels sprouts, but little sprouts.
The green sprouts.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The one that you would put on avocado toast.
Yes, it's got avocado onto it. All right, it's got it's got spinach, and I add a little bit of ketchup, a little bit of mayonnaise, and I love it. And it's on a whole wheat bun. I love it. It is one of my favorites. And my friend Andrew Marshall, he's a builder here in the area. Him and his brother. Andrew turned me on to it.
Okay.
Andrew just one day said, you can mix. We're at the restaurant, and Andrew goes, you can mix the stuff up. He says, I suggest you try the Neil Young with a beef burger. And I got hooked ever since. It's what I want every time I go to Rodeo Goat. And because most of the Rodeo Goat is just like most of those other burger joints. It's too big and thick of a burger for me.
Okay. I don't only eat half?
Yeah. I don't like the thick, meaty burgers. Take that same amount of meat and flatten it out and spread it out. I'm all in. Right? That is what I loved about Smash Burger. All right. That is what I loved about Five Guys burgers. That is what I loved about In-N-Out for that matter. Right. Truthfully, fast food, my favorite fast food burger. I still kind of like the Burger King burger. I would rather go to In-N-Out for it. I will eat McDonald's night and day. Just a regular burger.
So often, that the Big Mac just calls to me.
It's not the Big Mac. It's just a regular cheeseburger there.
Oh yeah. The Quarter Pounder.
Mm-hmm.
Quarter Pounder's good. I've done that, but every so often it's I don't know what it is about the Big Mac that just calls me.
Yeah.
But I will make a Big Mac salad. So
I've done that.
In a Big Mac in a salad. So you're having everything except the bun. It is absolutely delicious. Mm-hmm. Yes. My friend Farah, she got me into that. We did that. We were having a ladies' dinner. So for almost a year, right before COVID, we were going to one of the ladies' homes and we would have different food. And Farah, one of the times we did Japanese one time, and the second time we did the Big Mac salad, or a deconstructed Big Mac, which was essentially without the bun. You can put croutons in there instead, or you can truly put the bun in there too, chop it up after you've grilled it. But we just had it without, and it was perfectly fine.
However, tonight what I had, salmon patty. It is a salmon patty, so it's kind of like the ground up salmon put into a patty. It's got some spice to it.
Okay.
I add salt and pepper to the top, and I fry it in a pan. Usually I have in the pan with olive oil.
Okay.
It's just how I fry it up. And literally I crisp it. Like it looks burnt on top and bottom. It's about 3.5 minutes per side. I used to do it in my iron skillet, but an iron skillet would burn it too much and it would fall apart. And it would stick to the pan and I would not be able to get it back out. So I moved to a regular pan. I won't put them on the grill because the grill, the same thing. The grill would soften it up too much and it would fall between the grill. So, but to me, it's like if I was going to do seafood, I did my ground salmon patty. So, and I said I was
when you
going
come
to
to Portland or the Pacific Northwest area, salmon all around. You will have some delicious salmon. I might spoil you for future, just like I did with Crater Lake.
Yeah.
But we get a lot of good salmon out here. This is where, there's areas they come to spawn here. So it's just a lot of fun. You go to this one area and they have a door that's where they actually count the salmon they go through. And when they're counting, they put a sign not to interrupt because there are people in this where it's this wall of glass and all the salmon are going through and they're counting them, how many go through. It's so cool. It is so cool. Yeah. But I got some good vodka here. What I did to these is that I just added a little bit of lemon juice to it. And it just elevated that vodka just a little bit more. I was like, wow, you can taste the citrus without it overpowering. Mind you, I used like a small, that's pretty small. One of these for the little bit that's there, because I put like a half an ounce to begin with. I didn't put that much in here because I just wanted to taste them. And they're both very smooth. So both Gompers and Crater Lake, they're yummy. I like them both. Crater Lake is still my go-to. Sorry, Gompers. But they still both taste very good.
So, we're talking seafood here tonight too with it. And seafood you can always take a piece of lemon, squeeze it over whatever seafood you have, and it's always going to accent its taste. Always. It just does. Even the shrimp cocktail or the salmon burger that I have. And now we talk seafood. I want to talk about some of the best places I've had seafood. And I've never really thought about it when I was there, having what drink I had with it. I was always just there for the seafood. Now I'm going to tell you, because you talked about salmon being in Oregon. I've never had, like, I've been to Oregon, I've been to Washington. I've never had salmon up there, and I really need to.
Oh my goodness. How did you come here and not have salmon? Did you not know?
I think
you didn't think about
because
it?
I was on a motorcycle road trip, so it was a little different
on
how I cooked things and ate things. However, I want to talk about if I'm going to have lobster in America, I want to sit on the coast of Maine. I will be next week, so we won't be doing a show next week. Next week, I will actually be in Boston. I am probably going to have a lobster while I'm up there.
Make sure you take a picture with your cocktail with your lobster and post it.
I'm probably not going to get a big one. I know most people are up there to get this big one. I'm not, because I want to taste a little. All right, I want to taste a little and let that flavor envelop me, not get a lot. You know what I mean? And I'm going to probably try.
When I was in Indonesia, I was at a restaurant. They were just amazing people. The food was delicious. And they're like, oh, we can order a lobster for you and catch it. So I don't remember if it was the next day or the following day. So 2 days out, whatever it was, they were going to catch a lobster. And so dinner reservations were made. Mind you, didn't need to make a reservation. It was off season. It was October. So it's not like a lot of people were there, but it was the whole point of that we were going to go back because they were catching this lobster specifically for me. This lobster was like 4 pounds and it was like,
oh my gosh.
Big. Yeah. It came off the plate, this huge lobster. That was the most expensive dinner during that whole entire trip. Mind you, we would spend $30 for two of us at the pool having cocktails, breakfast. It was like $11 for breakfast for two people. Cocktails, not dinner, but just essentially breakfast, cocktails, $30 in a day. This one lobster, which I was more than happy to pay for, was the dinner, the entire dinner, including that lobster and drinks, was $40.
Oh my God.
This lobster was huge. I was like, whoa. And I told them to they got me a big one. It's fine. It was absolutely the most delicious lobster I think I've ever had. And it was caught that morning.
Yeah.
I had it that afternoon for dinner. And the service, and oh my goodness, if you ever have the opportunity to go to Indonesia, y'all, and I've traveled a lot, I've gone to like 20 different countries. Indonesia, the nicest people, delicious seafood. And if you stay at the right place, that exchange rate will take you far, because it was 9-1 at the time I was there back in 2006.
But let's talk about more. Where's the best lobster you've had in America?
Oh my goodness. I think somewhere outside of LA was probably LA County.
Okay.
At a Chinese restaurant.
Okay.
I went with a friend of mine. This restaurant, when we went, did not speak a lick of English. So my friend did all the speaking for me. And it was this lobster that was like sliced in half. It was, of course, smaller, but it was in this almost like a black bean sauce, a little bit of garlic in there. Oh my goodness, that was absolutely delicious. What I had that Bloody Mary here, the Best Tail in Portland, where it was a lobster claw.
Yeah.
That was yummy. Just to have a lobster claw in my Bloody Mary, that was special.
That was cool. That was cool. That sounds cool.
That was so cool.
Yeah.
So those are, I think, the two best ones that I've had. I've not gone to the East Coast as much. I mean, I've been to North and South Carolina. I've been to the South. I've been to Louisiana and in Florida. But one of these days I'll make it to Maine, because I do want to taste a Maine lobster.
So Louisiana would be my next seafood category to talk about, and that would be your shrimp.
Oh, I make and you can get poor boy. Oh,
yeah. You can also
poor boy in Louisiana. Oh my goodness, the best ever. Yes.
Louisiana also, you can probably get some really good Gulf oysters. All right. And of course, the biggest thing Louisiana does in seafood is going to be your mud bugs or your crawfish. I mean, that's what and like different seafoods. I was trying to get at this, is different seafoods taste different in different areas.
Right. Because we can get oysters up here in not in Oregon, Washington. So any oysters up here are from Washington. They're brought down and they're delicious. They're smaller. So the smaller the oyster, the more flavor they are. If we have others that are a little bit bigger, the taste is not the same. But
so, I mean, the best oysters I've ever had, though, came off of, and I didn't have them there. They were actually imported someplace, and I had them in Connecticut area, but they were up off the northeastern tip of Maine, but going up towards, they were over the Canadian line out there quite a bit. Okay. All right. And that's some of the best I've had in oysters. Some of the best bass I've had, and like bass and trout and stuff like that. Usually it was like Canadian lakes or something like that I've gotten it from, the best crab cakes, Maryland. All right. And literally, I remember one time I was flying from Florida through I had two stops. I had stopped. One was in Maryland, in Baltimore. I went and got crab cakes at the airport.
Of course.
The second stop, because it was like, this was back when Southwest used to do multiple stops to get back home.
Right.
The second stop was in Wisconsin. And I went to Wisconsin. Nope. I went and got their Bloody Mary in the airport.
Oh, okay.
Because I've had the best Bloody Mary I ever had was at the Harley Museum and Harley Davidson Museum in Wisconsin. Right. So,
Okay.
you combine all that stuff with, you know what I mean? And it's the truth about like even tonight's episode is it's not all about what food you like. Sometimes it's the experience that goes with
The
it that makes
environment.
it all that better. And when you brought up, man, you got to come up here and have salmon, I'm like, I haven't had salmon on the West Coast, and that's where salmon comes from.
Yeah.
So,
And we do have some good oysters out here too. I mean, there was this one company I follow, and it's only during certain times of the year that they bring the oysters, and you can order the oysters and clams, and they will deliver. They'll do a pop-up shop,
yeah.
and I have to go up. They actually, now they're in Oregon, but I was going up to Vancouver to pick them up, and I made a seafood bouillabaisse where I was shucking all the oysters, clams that were local. It was absolutely, everything was local. It was delicious. So if you can find anything that's like that, that is local and fresh, it's the best. If you can't, sometimes, getting it, Costco is really good at getting everything that has like great taste. So that's another way that you can go, but freshly caught.
Fresh is always great, but it's always, again, it goes back to the experience. So
Mhm.
it's like we do oysters in a different way, all right. And I've had great oysters in New Orleans, right? And most of the oysters I got in New Orleans were Gulf oysters because it's New Orleans,
Right.
right? And it's just basically we went from one little house to another, having one small bar to another, having oysters and Bloody Marys, and we did that until we couldn't walk anymore. And then we took our cabs to the airport to get on
Right.
them. Right.
Oh, the funny thing is that I've had great oysters in Las Vegas.
Oh yeah, I have too. I've
Because
had great
they bring
sushi
in,
in Las Vegas. Yeah.
yeah, there's one all you can eat sushi. It's delicious. At
Mhm.
Harrah's, I remember that they're shucking oysters out there, and I got this dozen oysters where they had the oysters and then a shot of vodka right in the middle.
Oh yeah.
And so they had poured vodka over the oysters around this vodka shot.
Oh
I was like,
wow.
oh my goodness, that was an experience. It was a lot of fun. And then the Orleans, that's another place. Their seafood, it's all Louisiana seafood. It
Yeah.
is there. It's delicious. So sometimes it's not what you expect out in the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
But if they do it right, it is
But it's the
sometimes
experience.
delicious.
They create the experience, and that's
Yeah.
what half of this thing is about, is the experience.
Mhm.
And I mean that's it. I mean, I've had decent in Vegas. Here in Texas, Gwen and I have we used to go to Papado's, which is a Cajun type seafood restaurant. But every now and then, our weekends away, we're to downtown Fort Worth. There is a
Right.
restaurant in downtown Fort Worth. It's a seafood restaurant called Waters. And I'm telling you, every time we go there, we get whatever we get a dozen of whatever the house oyster plate is, whatever the mixture is of the day.
Mhm.
And literally, usually we go through a dozen, maybe 2 dozen of oysters every time. It's
Mhm.
the experience that we have it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You
Oh, I
know?
love ordering whatever the chef has in place.
Yes.
That is like so much fun because you don't know what you're going to get.
Yep.
And then you get some of the most delicious, the Kumamotos. One of the times they were out of this, they were out of that. So half of it was Kumamotos, the other half was whatever it was. And that was my first time tasting Kumamoto oysters. Absolutely delicious. And when they don't have them, I'm like, oh, okay. But
Yeah.
it's like when you get those, you start to learn what you like, what you don't like. And it is all about the taste. And then when you have your delicious cocktail that just pairs with it just beautifully, you enjoy it even more.
Yeah.
So
I mean, yeah,
continue experimenting, continue finding those things that you enjoy.
it's why I tasted everything tonight and not the usuals. I'm going to tell you guys, ladies and gentlemen, if it was up to me, all right, tasting with vodka, every time I would open this can. Tonight,
Right.
still sealed.
Yep.
Because I wanted to try other things tonight. And I brought the can here to prove it too. I was going to try something different, including this. I mean, this is what Gladys recommended on the show last week, and we talked about it. And actually, she sent me a picture of it so I would be able to go through the store and found it in the store this week to try it.
They have so many flavors. They have lemonade. They have grapefruit. I don't like grapefruit, but the ice grapefruit, it's actually pretty good because it doesn't have that grapefruity taste to it.
I'm a big grapefruit guy, and I would drink grapefruit. Like I like grapefruit, Moscow mules.
Ah, there you go.
With mint. I mean, I like to get my fresh mint, grapefruit, ginger beer, and vodka. Oh my God, it is so good. Yeah.
I almost made a Moscow Mule, and I had to hesitate because we've done it before. We had to try something different, and just doing something basic.
Yeah.
That was for me, and what Tim did is what I like to do. Yeah. If I'm just having a cocktail that's refreshing, it's going to be vodka with lemon and soda water. Sparkling. Soda water. Sparkling. I need the bubbles.
Speaking of experiment, we're going to close tonight's show off by drinking just vodka.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just pour us some vodka and finish it off tonight. While we do our ads, while we do our business promotions, we're going to sip vodka for the rest of the show just to show you. And I know which one she's going to pick. I really do. All right. Go ahead and hold it up. We'll see if I'm right. If I had it at my house, I would be drinking it.
I have a bottle that's at my office that's in a box.
Ready to go to Tim. Yeah.
Yes. And I've had it for I don't know how many months. I've not sent it. I will send it to Tim to get him off, because I know he's twitching because he hasn't had his
I haven't had my Crater Lake fixed.
I will send him Crater Lake, I promise. I think there's a bottle of Lady Gin and a bottle of whiskey in there.
You know what we have to do is now that we've found this Western Sun, I need to ship you a bottle of Western Sun, and we need to taste that one. Remember how we did Dripping Springs versus?
Yep.
We need to do another Texas Oregon tasting. I'm pretty sure.
Find that one and it's something else. Send me 2. I will send you 3.
Okay. Yeah. So, we ship a lot of alcohol back and forth.
Tell no one. Don't tell UPS. Don't tell FedEx. Do not tell the USPS. It is olive oil that we're shipping.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will tell you. So Tim had shipped me the Dripping Springs, and I used the same packing to wrap and shipped it.
Yeah, the one thing, I shipped her moonshine. The one thing I tried to ship you, and I had to make it fresh, is I made my barbecue sauce and shipped it to you.
Yeah, that was gone in like no time.
Yeah. And so so my networking group, my Master Networks networking group on Wednesday, our 2-year anniversary is this month. And
I know.
We're doing our 2-year anniversary party on August 10th at my house, and it's going to be a rib cook-off.
And the only reason I cannot be there
is you've got do it because she'd be here.
Yes, I have my first triathlon that morning.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to find a flight. Okay, I can do the triathlon. I can figure out a place to change, whatever. Even if I'm stinky, they'll deal with me. Even if I were to take the earliest flight that I could take after my triathlon, I wouldn't get there till 8:30 p.m. I would have to leave at 5 or 6 a.m. to get there between 11 and 2. And I can't do that. I have my triathlon. One, I paid for it a year ago.
Yeah.
I already promised I'm going to do it to one of my friends, and I promised it to myself. First triathlon. So I won't be there on time. So now
the party doesn't start till 3 p.m. So
yeah, but I won't get there till 8:30, and then Tim would have to come get me, and I won't get there till 9:30 because traffic and all the things.
It'll be 10:30 with traffic in this town. Yeah,
it's Uber. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not gonna make it, so I'm a lot bummed. I'm like a lot bummed.
Well, it's that's the type of thing we're gonna do is me doing the barbecue, and actually. A gentleman in my networking group, not in my actual chapter, but in another chapter, his son is starting, and we're going to try to get him on the show. His son is starting a mobile bartending service.
Oh, fun.
Mixologist. Like, you know what I mean? They're going to buy a trailer. do like a traveling speakeasy type idea. And we're probably going to have him up that day, making either. I'm probably going to do old fashions or something that day.
Oh, of course.
Well, I'm trying to find something that pairs exactly with the barbecue, because the three, me and two other guys are doing a rib cook-off between the three of us.
Anything with and an old fashioned falls in there.
I know that's where I'm probably going to go. Which you know what I mean? I think I've sent you I've sent you the Iron Wolf bourbons that we have here, right?
I don't think I have.
Okay, so the Iron Wolf, the one they have, but they only have it in big bottles now.
Oh darn!
They used to do it in small bottles. Was the Iron Hot, which was the real sugar cinnamon whiskey. Oh my! And that's what I make my sauce with. Yeah.
Right. Oh, send me that. I will put it on the show on this side, and I will. Yeah, because what I have is Skunk Brothers here, which is delicious.
Yeah.
Not that other stuff that we shall not name.
Yeah, we don't put that stuff in here. Anyway. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's two things we're going to do before we end the show today. Number one is we're going to tell you about our Insiders Club. All right. It's the VIP Insiders Club. Go to likethewayyoudrink.com. You can sign up. Must be 21 to join. This year is going to be having an experience drinking and eating events with us. All right. We are going to do 3 to 4 of them in the next year. We're going to get together in it right now. The two of them, one's going to be in Portland, Oregon area, and the other one is going to be in the Dallas, Denton area of Texas. So, but you've got to be 21 years of age to join. You've got to be on the list to be invited. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, this is not something sent out to the general public, because you have to be 21 to be there. We have to verify you're 21 to send you the invitation. That's just the laws that they have when we serve alcohol with a podcast, and we need to follow the laws on this podcast. We don't skirt the law around here. All right. Second thing is, ladies and gentlemen, this podcast is brought to you every week by our businesses. This is not something, we don't have a bunch of outside sponsors. All right. We'd love them if we ever got them, but our business pays the bills here, ladies and gentlemen. We love what we do, and we decided by looking at both of our businesses that we can afford to do it as a fun side marketing venture for our business. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play 2 quick commercials. All right. And then what we're going to do is come back and tell you a little bit about us, and you can contact us if you're interested. Let's start with yours, Gladys. Here we go.
Welcome to Insurance by Design, the expert in crafting tailored employee benefits packages, working with both your English and Spanish-speaking staff. Led by the acclaimed Gladys Boutwell, we're licensed to serve you in Oregon and Washington. Gladys brings a wealth of expertise with an MBA in international business and leadership, and is a certified insurance counselor. Honored for her contributions to Latino equity in Oregon, Gladys is also a best-selling author. Her book, Health Insurance Secrets Revealed, is revolutionizing how we understand insurance. With bilingual prowess, Gladys enhances communication, making insurance smoother and easier for all your employees.
All right. Gladys, tell them a little bit about you and how they can get a hold of you.
So if you want the white paper on 101 different ways that you can attract and retain quality staff, go to insurancedesignpros.com. On the upper left-hand corner, there'll be a button where you plug in your name and your business email, and you will get the PDF of 101 different ways. That is the book that reached #1 earlier this year. You can also find it on Amazon that goes into details. But if you want to have a conversation with me, talk about what is it that you're looking for? What are you trying to accomplish? Go to my calendar, which is at enrollnoworegon.com. Doesn't matter if you're not in Oregon. That's okay. I help people in other states. If I cannot do something for you, I have other brokers that are in probably your state that I can connect you with that will help you get connected and get you what you need. So go to enrollnoworegon.com, get on my calendar.
Is your website attracting the traffic and engagement it deserves? At SimpleEasyWebsites.com, we specialize in transforming ordinary websites into extraordinary experiences. Our experts know what it takes to make your online presence stand out and succeed. Gain valuable insights and tailored strategies with our professional website review. Don't let your website be just another page in the digital world. Visit SimpleEasyWebsites.com now and book your consultation today.
And guys, my name is Tim Gillette. Simple Easy Websites is my business. I help people with a templated website design that helps them get their business out there and help them generate leads. that actually leads to real business. You want to find out more if your website's not doing what it's supposed to be doing, generating leads, have us do a review of your website and tell you some ways that you can improve it and get going. We will have a new report coming up soon called the Simple Easy Story Method for Writing Content for Your Website that will get you results. It is a system design that we've been using for 15 years on how to get results with your website and how content works one row after another to make people join their leads. That being said, that's all I got today. How about you? Any other shout outs or anything we did today?
No, this was stuff that I had in my office at home in my fridge. There is nothing that I got that I didn't already have. That's sometimes the beauty about what we choose when we keep it simple. Yeah. Those are things that we keep at home. They're staple items.
Mm-hmm. So, well, yeah, the seafood I did. I went and got my seafood patties. I usually have some in the freezer, but I did go buy. I always love this small shrimp cocktails. If I ever need one, I can go to Kroger, and they usually have a $5 one, that you can put together, and it's a quick amount. It's not enough to feed two people. It's enough for one person, but it's a great thing of shrimp cocktail. So yeah. But vodka, I've always got that on my shelf, baby. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back in 2 weeks with another podcast episode. We're going to do another thing fun. We have one more in the 3 things that go with. So come join us in 2 weeks live. In the meantime, catch some of our replays and stuff. Subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as our Apple podcast. I'm Tim Gillette.
Gladys Boutwell.
And cheers, y'all. Cheers, guys. We're Like the Way You Drink. We'll see you next time.